To evaluate Vivian will be Lloyd. Lloyd?
Speech number 4, how to say it. The point of this project is use of language, picking appropriate language and whatnot. And this speech was a good illustration of this, I think. This has the typical Toastmasters little chart here. I'd like to mention 3 or 4 of these things here. Did the speaker use vivid descriptive words that created mental images? To me, this was by far the strong point of your speech. It was an extremely visual speech, very easy to picture that situation with the switchbacks and the hot weather and the poor dog and whatnot. And that's tricky to do because it's possible to overdo it. I think all of us have heard speeches that were they were visual to the point of being overbearing. Too many adjectives is what it amounts to. And this, I thought you walked that thin line where it was extremely easy to see exactly what that hillside looked like and to see those other people, to see you at that age and so on, but not going overboard. That was really well done, I thought. Extremely vivid language. That's something that can take a speaker a long, long ways. It's having a visual, because most people are more visual as opposed to oral. Were the speaker's sentences short, simple, and understandable? There again, yes. This was an exercise in storytelling. That's your strength. I mean, you know that. That's why you do your speeches that way. And lengthy, complex sentences don't lend themselves well to storytelling because you're trying to create the feeling, or maybe you aren't, but you do. You're creating the feeling of just kind of talking to us as opposed to speaking to us. And that's a strength because you think, well, a friend is telling me this interesting story that happened a number of years ago. So very well done. Now, did the speaker use rhetorical devices to enhance his or her ideas? Nope. That was one of the things in here. There's a little section on various rhetorical devices, similar and so on. And I don't know whether you deliberately chose not to use them or just, didn't use them. But I don't think it mattered much because, again, this was an exercise in storytelling. You could have used them, I guess, but I think that would have detracted from the impact of the speech. I mean, after all, I'm trying to think of like a metaphor for the dead dog, isn't there? I can think of some, but probably not a good idea. But anyway, I didn't think they were necessary, even though it was one of the elements in the project. What could the speaker have done differently to make the speech more effective? This is a little bit nitpicky, but I think it matters. As you went along, you started to look up quite a bit. And the first couple times you did it, it was kind of, I think you were doing it for effect, thoughtfulness. But you spent quite a bit of the speech, probably 15–20% of it, maybe kind of looking up as opposed to looking at the audience. That's something you have to watch a little bit. That eye contact is extremely powerful. It's how you create a connection, a line. When you see the video, you'll probably see what I mean. As I say, a little bit nitpicky because the story was so good that it didn't detract from it. All in all, did what you did meet the requirements of the project? Absolutely, and it was a very good speech. I liked it.
May I